Newcastle currently have 18 players out on loan. We're going to take a look how they've been getting on this season. Ivan Toney's just turned 22. He spent the first half of the season at Wigan, but he struggled to make an impact, only starting 10 of them, making a further 14 substitute appearances, but he did grab 4 goals. However, he was playing second fiddle to Will Grigg. He switched to Scunthorpe, where he had a successful period last season. He started 7 games this season, 3 from the bench, scoring 4 goals. What will the future hold for Toney? Is his future away from the club now being 22, playing regular league football? It seems that way. Local lad Sean Longstaff started life well at Blackpool, bagged in 6 league goals from centre midfield, making 30 starts in the league with a further 4 coming from the bench. It's likely Longstaff, who was well liked by staff at Newcastle, that he'll be loaned out for another season, possibly to a championship side. Another local lad, Lewis McNall, only 18 years of age, is one of 2 Newcastle players currently out on loan at Neighbours Gateshead. The striker headed to the Heat in mid-January. He's played a total of 6 games so far, grabbing 1 goal. The future of Lewis McNall is likely to be with the under-23s next season. Him and Luke Charman are the key strikers in the under-23s. Aleksandar Mitrovic, some people love him, some people hate him. The 23-year-old Serbian has started life fantastically well in the Championship for Fulham, making a total of 9 appearances so far, 7 of those starts, grabbing in an impressive 7 goals. The future of Aleksandar Mitrovic looks like he's heading out the door. Rafa Benitez is not a fan, and it's probably best that Newcastle cash in on the Serb. Geordie lad Jack Colback, now 28, also moved on deadline day. He joined Championship side Nottingham Forest, and he started in all 9 games for Forest, and he's actually become a fan's favourite, and that move is likely to happen in the summer. Rolando Aarons also made the step on deadline day to transfer out of the club. However, he made the brave step to actually move to a foreign country. He joined Serie A strugglers Hellas Verona, coached by former Newcastle staff Fabio Peccia. So far, he started 2 games, 3 of those coming from the bench, hasn't bagged a goal yet. Rolando Aarons is well liked by Rafa Benitez despite his lack of game time this season. It's likely that the winger will be given a massive chance in pre-season to again impress. Otherwise, he could be heading out on loan. He still has a long contract, so his future for us is still at the club. England under-20 World Cup winner Freddie Woodman, who's just recently turned 21, moved on deadline day to Aberdeen after Newcastle signed Martin Dubravka on loan from Sparta Prague. The Englishman has started all 5 league games for the Dons since moving up north of the border. He's well highly thought of in the game. The future for Freddie Woodman, whether it's at Newcastle or away from the club, he wants to play first team football. He's already stressed that it's important for his development. Whether Newcastle permanently sign Martin Dubravka will play a big factor whether Freddie Woodman for us can be #1 goalkeeper. Henri Saivet, the Senegalese international, now 27, has played 5 games since joining Sivasspor on deadline day in January. The Senegalese man is probably heading out of the door in the summer. Had an impressive away game at West Ham for Newcastle early on the season, scoring a free kick. However, Newcastle cash in on him over the summer. Geordie boy Jamie Sterry, who's now 22, moved to Crewe on deadline day. He started all 6 games for the League 2 strugglers. His future also up in the air at the age of 22. Will he wait and hang around for first team opportunities with the likes of DeAndre Yedlin and Javier Manquillo ahead of him in the right back spot? Will he go back out on loan? Big summer for Sterry. Also on loan is Dan Barleza, who joined Crewe earlier on than Sterry. He joined in mid-January. He struggled to make an impact at Crewe, only bringing in 4 substitute appearances. However, he has played for the under-23s, which is part of his loan agreement at Crewe, where he's eligible to play for the under-23s. Barleza, who was well liked by Rafa Benitez, has played him this season and also played him last season in cup games. He's very similar to the mould of Jonjo Shelvey. He needs game time next season. Will he impress in pre-season? It's a big summer again for Barleza. Stuart Finley, now 22, the Scotsman is in his 2nd spell on loan at Kilmarnock. He's been a regular this season, totaling at 24 games, scoring 1 goal. He is rumoured to be leaving the club, with local reports saying he will be released in the summer, and that's likely to happen with the Scotsman. It just hasn't worked out from Newcastle, despite making his debut against Birmingham City in the FA Cup last season. Matt Sells, who regularly makes the Belgium squads, is now 26. He's been a regular for Belgian giant Anderlecht. Joined at the start of the season, however, he struggled last season in the lower league for Newcastle in the Championship. It's highly thought of that Matt Seld, if he doesn't join Anderlecht permanently, will be moved on across Europe and Newcastle will cash in on the goalkeeper. West Ender Adam Armstrong started life in the Championship with Bolton. However, with Bolton's injury crisis, was moved to left midfield, which didn't help the striker. He's playing in a total of 20 games, 14 of them were from the start, only scoring the 1 goal. The decision was made in January to move him to Blackburn to reunite with former manager Tony Mowbray. He's started well, he's got 7 goals from a total of 12 appearances, 8 of those starts. Adam Armstrong is really highly thought of everybody at the club. He'll want game time again next season. Does another loan spell beckon? Kyle Cameron, born in Hexham, now 21. He joined the Queen of the South to play in the Scottish Championship in mid-January. To date, he's had 5 starts, and 1 of them coming from the substitute bench. He's also rumoured to be leaving the club in the summer as a free agent, and that's highly expected of the defender to leave. Paul Woolston, the lad from Washington, who used to be on Sunderland's book, the goalkeeper is currently out on loan to Evo Stick Premier side South Shields. He's also eligible for the under-23s and recently played in the penalty shootout win over Sunderland under-23s. He's made 2 league starts since joining South Shield in mid-January. He's another one who is rumoured to be potentially being released by the club. However, at 19, age may be on his side for another. Ashraf Lazar has fallen out of favour. Benevento, who's on loan for the season. He's had 9 appearances, 6 of those from starts. He has scored a goal for the Serie A strugglers. However, with injuries, Benevento actually brought in Bakary Sagna on a free transfer and took out Ashraf Lazar in their 25-man squad, leaving him surplus to requirements. Lazar recently has admitted that he's trying to move to the MLS and hopes to play for Morocco or in the World Cup. Lazar, it seems that his international career is over unless he gets game time, and his seems to be that his Newcastle career is also over. He's highly thought of leaving permanently in the summer. Callum Williams, a second Newcastle player out on loan at National League side Gateshead. You know, he's 21 now. He's a regular for Gateshead. 18 starts, 2 substitute appearances. It's highly thought of that he is also a further one who potentially could leave the club in the summer, and that's likely happening if the lad wants to play regular first team football. And the final man on the list is winger Alex Gilliard, the former Swalwell youngster, now 22. He's enjoying his 2nd period at Bradford on a season-long loan. He's made a total of 28 starts, 5 of those from the bench, scoring 1 goal. He's really highly thought of with everybody at the club. Now at 22, he's played regular lower league football for Bradford and Carlisle. Does he want to continue his development there? Does he want to leave the club? The question is in the air for Alex Gilliard over the summer. And that's it. That's the loan report for all the lads who are out on loan at the moment. Who do you have high hopes for? Whose career is over? Let us know what you think in the comments down there below. Thanks for watching. Say bye bye.